Okay, guys, that was a tough game. Credit to Washington coming out in the second half and playing good football. They had a couple long drives, and credit them for that. Had a good couple good touchdown passes in there. Well done by them in the second half. We continue to get in fist fights with our hands tied behind our back. We're in a situation where we have 10 penalties for 75 yards. We're in a situation where it's 1st and 10 on the plus 28-yard line. We call a screen pass, and instead of dirting it, we throw it to the defensive lineman. We're in a situation where we had 3 4th and inches. All 3 of them, I decided not to go for it based on the way our defense was playing and based upon the fact that we were on the minus side of the 35-yard line. And all 3 of them came back and haunted us. So if we're going to continue to turn the ball over and commit 10 penalties in a game, we're going to be a very disappointed group in the locker room. If we can learn how to cut those penalties down, if we can learn how to finish, get an extra yard or so, do a good job figuring out a way to finish some drives, we're going to have a happy locker room. But the story has truly been, is truly being written as we speak. I told you, I heard once before that while you're rebuilding and changing things in the program, you go from losing big to losing small to winning big. And I have all the expectations in the world that we're going to start going to that winning small and winning big here in the future. But right now, these tough games against Oregon, tough game against UCLA, tough game tonight, tough game against BYU, tough game against NA. You got 5 games, and, you're talking about a possession. And we have got to find a way to make those possessions more valuable. We got a locker room full of tears, and as I expect that. And I love the way that our guys fight, but on top of fighting, you need execution. And now it's time that we continue to get better with our execution.
Troy, on that 4th down, you mentioned the 3 4th downs that were 4th and 1, and you decided to punt on all 3. On the last one, how close were you on going for that? Was there any thought to that?
Yeah, it was 16-14, and if we didn't get it, they would have been in field goal range right away. So I didn't see that being an option. I wanted to go for it. My offensive coordinator hat said go for it, but in order to be to represent our team properly, I couldn't look at our defense in the face on the 30-yard line if we didn't get a 4th and 1 in a 2-point game. I just didn't feel like that was the right move. I expected our defense to stop them. We punted it down there. They got the ball on the 18-yard line, and they drove 82 yards. So that was not the expectation when we made that decision.
Michael. Obviously, hindsight is 20/20. I'm sure you would like to have the play back, but when you're at the 28-yard line, like you said, 1st and 10, were you thinking maybe let's just keep running the ball because that's been going so well?
Yeah, I mean, I could certainly point to play calls all the time that, if it works, if it doesn't work, it's good, it's not good. We felt we couldn't have called a safer pass. We called a screen pass. And it was unfortunate. And, yeah, if I could get it back, I certainly would call something different if somebody told me what was going to be the result. But I wouldn't have called something different if I didn't know the result. I feel like we had an opportunity that, it looked like we were going to try to take a play-action shot. We just got to that 1st and 10 on 28. It's the perfect time to take a shot to get in the end zone, and it was a play-action pass screen. It wasn't executed, and I'll take the blame for that.
How much do you think that interception really turned the momentum for them?
I don't know. I mean, I hope not. We spent all this time talking about mindfulness and mental toughness and understanding that every play is its own play. And every play has a 5 seconds of being absolutely focused in on your job, regardless of what happens the play before or the play after. I understand there's always a game of momentum. Would I have loved to have been able to go up 19-7? Absolutely. Maybe even 23-7. I thought that was going to be an opportunity to do so. But our defense in the past has responded extremely well in sudden change situations. I think we can point out, certainly in the UCLA game, there was 2 turnovers that occurred and in the Oregon game, and they really responded well. So, I expect them to respond well. I expected them to continue to play great defense. Unfortunately, we got beat on a post over the top, and that happens. And, I'm sure I'll be not sleeping very much tonight thinking about calling a run there.
The zone read stuff with Jamari seemed to be pretty successful. Is there any inkling to just say, you know what, that's our offense because that's where we're moving the ball right now?
I think we're going to have to really evaluate the best way to move the ball and use more of that. I think that Jamari has he's played quarterback. He can play quarterback. Will did some good things tonight. Will converted on a 3rd and 10 that got us the first touchdown. He scrambled okay. He did some good things. We were trying to get closer for the Hail Mary. I mean, he hit BJ twice when we had 2 drops. We knew we couldn't reach from where we were, and we had 16 seconds, so we tried to hit, and he's gonna come out as 2 incompletions, but really it should have been 7 yards, and throw the Hail Mary from the 50. But unfortunately, we didn't execute on that, and we're gonna have to use both those guys moving forward for sure.
The too many men on the field
Yeah.
situation, what happened there?
It looked like to me we were aligned, and in the front we were aligned in. It seemed like the linebackers were pointing out that there was a gap open. So LT ran on the field, but we had 11 guys. I mean, the linebackers were responsible for those gaps. So it seemed like I don't know exactly if it was a D lineman that should have been in and a DB not in, if it should have been a linebacker. Obviously, that's inexcusable. That's not something that is even remotely in my mind that could have happened when that happened. So we need to get that cleaned up. We need to get that fixed. We can't have those things. We can't have defensive offsides. We had 2 3rd and 8 and a 3rd and 10 where we jump, wound up being 3rd and 5, and they wound up converting. So, again, self-inflicted wounds. Told the team, you earn the right to win. It doesn't just get given to you because you play a good half of football or because of the fact that you feel like you should win. You have to earn that right, and that's exactly what we're going to do. And we're going to find a way to win one of these games moving forward, if not more than one. I believe we should win all the games that we play, and that will not change. Our team believes that as well, and we're going to continue to build this thing the right way. So when the time is right for us to start winning, it'll become contagious, and we'll win a lot more than just one.
Do you think there's a sort of a mentality problem or a psychological block that the team has when things start going the wrong way, that they're unable to kind of stop that momentum or reverse things? It sort of felt like that.
Yeah, I don't know. It was 13-0, then 13-7, and then the offense responded, moved all the way down and kicked a field goal to make it 16-7. I don't know. It's like I don't believe in curses and bad vibes and all that other stuff. I don't believe in any of that. I think the truth of the matter is you just got to play good football. And if you can't handle the adversity, right? You can't handle the adversity, then other guys have to handle the adversity. And we need to make sure the right guys are saying, hey, it's just the next play. Let's just play the next play. And we spent a ton of time on that. And I really believe that there's nothing about anything other than they made some plays and we didn't, and we need to do a better job of executing at the end.
What did you think of the defense's performance aside from those handful of big pass plays?
Yeah, I mean, it's always tough without watching the tape. I was excited about the way we were playing, right? We were playing very good football, but the handful of plays are the plays. They are the plays. It's the whole, we held them to 70 yards except for the 170 yards. Whatever that might be. Offensively, it's the handful of plays. We've got to make the plays, right? We've got to make them on offense, so they say the same thing. Defensively, we've got to not allow the handful of plays. And, you're always going to lie 1 or 2, whatever it might be. But, I just think at this point in time, you just got to find a way. You find a way to stop the momentum. You find a way to get the stop when needed. You find a way to go score a touchdown. You find a way to throw the ball into the ground on a screen. You find a way to call better play, and that's when we'll start getting the momentum. And once it comes, I think that everybody knows we're going to be a good football team.
Could Anderson and Wiley have played tonight?
Yeah, they might have been able to if we needed them. They were really just emergency situation. We really needed one more week. They needed one more week to really feel comfortable to put them in the game. Maldonado, like he really wasn't even ready to go with a shoulder that he fell on it at practice on Wednesday. He was kind of getting ready to get back in it and fell on his shoulder, or Thursday. So it kind of just tweaked it just enough that I didn't feel good with him going either. But I guess if we had injuries at running back, maybe, but it was better for them in order to be healthy for SC.
Time for one more? Go ahead. With that, how do you think that Jalen John and Stevie Rocker filled in for them?
Good. Thought they ran the ball well. I'm excited, man. Hand those guys the ball for the next 4 years. You're talking about two guys that are freshmen, and they've got, they're getting experience right now. They're getting experience. And I think Stevie you're talking about 10 yards of carry, right? 10 yards of carry. Busted a 57-yarder, 52-yarder. Jalen, 19 carries for 67 yards. Not enough yards per carry, but it's good for him to feel what 19 carries feels like. That's different. That's different for him. So we need to find ways that he and Stevie continue to get reps while the other two guys come back too. And, we got a good running back room. And we're going to have to use them, all of them probably.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Okay, thanks, guys.